Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, we're back. Hmm.
Go in peace.
How may I help?
Well, my goods are of the highest quality. Goddess watch over you.
Ishnu del Diab, del Ladres.
Hey folks, and welcome back in Zumi XL feedback. And all you have to do is put it on last year's 2020. One of the most important things about cycling, especially bike packing, maybe long distances, is the contact points. Your butt, your hands, and of course, your feet. And once you test a product that excels in extremely demanding terrain, well, you know you have a winner. And that's what I found in the Perlizumi XL Summit shoe. So I've been using or testing Perlizumi shoes for a really long time. I actually used a very similar shoe to this back 5 years ago called the Perlizumi XL Launch 2. And that shoe was great, but this shoe builds off of that, and this shoe is much better. The XL is a clipless compatible cycling shoe that has a great walkability to it. What this means is it translates to not only a good bike packing shoe, but also a great shoe for hiking with your bike. The shoe comes with a robust and solid tread, a really comfortable midsole which flexes for those hiker bikes, and while it's not extremely stiff, it still transfers enough power to be rather efficient. Using this shoe all summer, including a full pull on the Colorado Trail, I found that the shoe is really comfortable right out of the box. It dries rather quickly. It's super easy to micro adjust with this BOA. It all comes in a lightweight package, yet it still comes with plenty of padding for all your comfort. This shoe really surprised me, especially considering what I threw at it. So if you're interested in checking out this shoe, head to pearlizumi.com or any Pearl Izumi dealer. You can find the shoe in this gray or spruce, and it will cost you $150 USD. I've always appreciated the minimalist nature of a handlebar bag, especially those harness-like systems. It requires less effort to pack and unpack over the course of a bikepacking trip. I've used a handful of these types of systems over the past few years, but the one I've been using the most is the outer shell handlebar harness. The system is pretty simple. It's made up of a HDPE plastic sheet, some volet straps, some foam spacers, a little bit of webbing, and some wire. It's a very simple design, it's lightweight, and it fits nearly every handlebar. But the thing I really enjoy about this system is it's super stable on rough terrain. With minimal effort, the system stays in place, and it's easy to unstrap the volet strap to get your dry bag out. The harness system also has no absorbing bit, so it won't get bogged down from, say, water. It's pretty neat. So while this system does not come with a dry bag, Outer Shell does sell dry bags on their website. And if you're looking for a little bit more storage, the handlebar harness is compatible with Outer Shell's draw cord handlebar bag. The handlebar harness runs for $60 United States dollars, and if you're interested in purchasing this, head to outershell.com. It's compatible with Outer Shell's draw cord handlebar bag. The handlebar harness runs for $60 United States dollars, and if you're interested in purchasing this, head to outershell.com. So if you like what you see in our videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you want to help support us more, you can sign up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Bikepacking Collective includes a handful of awesome benefits, and it also includes the Bikepacking Journal, which is shipped to your door twice a year. For more information, I've provided a link below. As always, thank you all so much for the support. Well, I know not everyone, but many of us use a GPS device to follow a track for their bikepacking trips. But I do understand the importance to have a backup. And that's where paper maps came in handy. But with the evolution of smartphones, we can now have all of those paper maps in one location. And we can also have an app where we can explore endless bikepacking possibilities. And that's exactly what you can do with Gaia GPS. And if you don't use a GPS, the app allows you to record your ride, say if you're using your phone as your GPS device. It also allows you to create routes, upload tracks, download maps offline, and much more. One of the really awesome things about Gaia GPS is that they have a already really great built-in map, the Gaia Topo map. But they also have a variety of other maps that you can choose from. And if you don't know which one you like better, well, you can layer the maps on top of each other. For instance, the Gaia GPS map is a great base map, but I also really like to make sure that the Nat Geo's Trail Illustrated map is turned on, because that is hands down one of the coolest, most detailed maps out there. Gaia did a fantastic job of sourcing different types of maps for different types of activities, and they even have weather maps, which is really neat. And while the Gaia GPS app on your smartphone is fantastic and you can make routes and do everything you need to on your smartphone, I do find myself using the Gaia desktop web app from time to time just to get a bigger picture of those potential adventures. Oh, and if you still like to print maps, Gaia has a feature where you can do that. The price did go up to $40 per year for the subscription, but I still do think that is well worth your money. I really love socks. Not only do socks let you express yourself, but in the case of Swiftwick socks, they help give you support while also wicking moisture. So I've been using Swiftwick socks for I think 10 years now. Mainly because, well, my feet, they're a little weird, they're a little messed up. But the Swiftwick sock is super nice for those longer day rides or, you know, when you're bikepacking day in and day out. The sock is designed in a way so it can be more supportive. It's snug, it hugs your foot, and it does compress so that it doesn't swell. So I just threw out a pair of 5-year-old Aspire 7 socks because they had some holes in them. So I just got some new ones, and these are actually the Pursuit sock. This is the Merino wool blend sock. It doesn't have as much compression as the Aspire, but it does have a little bit more cushion, which is kind of nice, and it also keeps you a little bit warmer. But the best thing about wool is, well, it doesn't smell. So if I was to suggest any of their socks, I would probably suggest this 7-inch Pursuit sock. If you're looking for something a little bit more flashy, the Vision sock is pretty cool, although it doesn't have as much compression. The cool thing about Swiftwick socks is most of your local bike shops can get these for you. Believe it or not, headlamps have actually come a long way in a pretty short amount of time. I used to use a headlamp that had hardly any output. But 3 years ago, I bought the Storm 400 from Black Diamond here, and well, I've used it on every single one of my bikepacking trips over that time, as well as my bikepacking races. There's a lot of really neat features about this headlamp, starting with, well, it has 400 lumens, and 400 lumens for 5 hours with fresh batteries, which is quite a bit. And I really like that setting, and that was the reason I got this light. And while I rarely use it in that 400 lumen setting, it has proven to be beneficial during a few long days in the saddle as a backup light. The light comes with a distance setting, which is the best for cycling, a close proximity setting, and also 3 color settings, blue, green, and red, which I use all the time. The headlamp takes 4 AAA batteries, which means that you don't have to worry about charging your headlamp when it's out of juice. And maybe the most important thing is the light, it comes with a lock. So when you stuff it into your stuff sack or stuff it into your frame bag, it's not going to accidentally turn on. This light has seen a ton of use and abuse. I've cracked this faceplate here actually right when I got it, and it's held up ever since. And a really neat feature of this headlamp is, well, you can take off the headlamp strap, use some one wrap to wrap it around the mount so that you can easily attach it to your helmet. The Black Diamond Storm 400 retails for $49.95. However, you don't have to look very hard to find it for cheaper. We all need to poop, and doing so in the great outdoors, in the backcountry, requires a little bit more attention. Prior to doing so, it's important to have not only the knowledge, but the tools to do so. We published a video earlier this year on first principles and how it relates to bikepacking. So if you're an aspiring bikepacker, someone that hasn't gone before, or just doesn't have the knowledge of how to bike in the woods, we highly recommend you watch that video. Well, I try to set up my bathroom usage strategically, where I sit on a pit toilet and enjoy my business. Oftentimes, it just doesn't work out, and I'm in the backcountry, a beautiful setting, where there isn't a pit toilet. And that's where the Deuce 2 comes in handy. It's a lightweight trowel. It's 0.6 ounces, and well, it's rather small, as you can see. The Deuce 2 is an effective solution that allows you to dig a cat hole 6 to 8 inches in the ground. It really likes to be used 200 feet from any water source, and it especially likes to be used in a private location, not next to any campsite or trail. The Tent Labs Deuce 2 comes in at $19.95, and if you're looking for an even more minimalist option, you can check out the Deuce 1, or if you're looking for a full-length trowel, you can check out the Deuce 3. Last year I convinced myself not to put this on my list, but this year I couldn't do so because, well, this tool I use more than any other tool combined. Yes, you heard that right. The T-Ratchet from Silka deserves all the press it deserves. The T-Ratchet allows me to tighten and loosen bolts on my bike fast because, well, it's a ratchet. And the 3-part tool allows you to use the tool in all sorts of ways to get to hard-to-reach areas, to get a bit more leverage, or just to simply tighten or loosen the bolt faster. The tool comes with all the common hex keys and torque keys, and with a rather nice carrying case. And at $65, it's definitely not the cheapest ratchet style tool of this nature, but I definitely think it's the most versatile and most ergonomic one out there. I've been using the T-Ratchet over the past 3 years, and well, it's definitely paid for itself. So my last pick here is a fabric, and this is the Challenge Outdoors EXP 200. And Rogue Panda just recently started using this fabric for not only their top 2 bags, but also their custom frame bags. Challenge Outdoors EXP 200 is made out of a 100% recycled polyester. And the cool thing is, it acts very similar to what most bikepacking bags are made out of right now, the X21. It's durable, it's lightweight, it repels water, and lifts apart. And I can attest to you the durability of this fabric. After using them all summer long, they've definitely held up. Rogue Panda is currently using black and gray in Challenge Outdoors EXP 200 and have plans on using other colors once they run out of the X21 stock. So that about does it. If you have any comments or questions regarding any of these products, leave a comment in the comment section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and thank you all for the support. And until next time, have a great day.
Hello, my friends. Today is a very big day because I'm going to meet up with these two.
Hey folks, and welcome back. And you guessed it, it's that time of the year again where the editors here at bikepacking.com share a dozen products that they really enjoyed in 2021. Now, some of these products aren't necessarily new to 2021. Some of them are actually a handful of years old, at least in my case. But the main takeaway here is these products or items, they may have been durable, excelled during a bike packing trip, excelled during a day ride, something like that. They're standout products of how used in 2021. Let's get into it. All right, so jumping right into it, I've got the Victoria. Hey everyone, and welcome back, and welcome. However, this bike definitely comes in a much more approachable price point. Next up is the Tanglefoot Moonshiner that Joe Cruz just tested, and oh boy, this thing is a looker. And sure, it might be hard to overlook that skyscraper above the head tube. It just might be a great reminder that many of the best riding all-mountain bikes don't have to bend towards being in a hurry. The Moonshiner can handle it all. Dirt roads, single track, abandoned double track, craggy passes, and everything in between. Joe mentions the Moonshiner rips on both day rides and bikepacking trips, and it just might be the best rigid bike descender out there. Next up is the Otso Fenrir, and not too many bikes are optimized for both drop bars and flat bars, but that's what Otso did with the Fenrir. Logan has been riding the stainless steel rigid bike for a couple of months now and has plenty of good things to say about it. The snappy and supple steel bike has a clearance to run plus tires, comes with reversible dropouts, and a variety of other features that make this a fantastic bikepacking forward rig. I personally really think that's a great idea, developing a bike around drop and flat bars. Well, what do you all think? Would you get a bike like this so that you can swap out stems and bars to change its riding characteristics? Next up is the Salsa Cycles Timberjack. And yes, this bike made our list last year, but it got a complete overhaul. It's one for the bet. The much improved geometry is built around a longer front center, making it a much more sure-footed descender while not taking away too much of its climbing capabilities. The aluminum frame has a really nice ride quality, and it feels even better loaded down. The bike also comes with Salsa's Alternator Dropout 2.0. The Timberjack not only comes in a variety of different colorways, but they also maintained a great value throughout their build kits. I don't know about you, but I feel like the best bike for getting into bike packing is an aluminum hardtail. But making sure it's at an approachable price point is important, and I think Salsa did that. Well, what do y'all think? What's the best entry-level type bike out there? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Let us know below. The most road-oriented bike in our 2021 top bikes definitely belongs to the Fairlight Fairn 2.0. And despite the 77mm bottom bracket drop, the bike still begs to be pedaled off-road, thanks to the plush and responsive tube set. The comfort of this bike is very noticeable, and despite its high-end, meticulously considered design, the bike's price point remains very approachable. Plus, it comes with all of the fixings for your next bike packing trip, mounts, dynamo routing, and of course, very large frame size. So those are our top 6 favorite bikes of 2021. But again, this year, we asked every single one of our Bike Packing Collective members what they thought of each bike that we reviewed in 2020. And if you're interested in voting next year, you can do that by just simply signing up for the Bikepacking Collective. The Bikepacking Collective is bikepacking.com's annual membership, which not only allows you to vote for the Bikepacking Collective rewards, but it also includes a bunch of benefits, including this right here, the Bikepacking Journal, which is shipped to your door twice a year. For more information on the Bikepacking Collective, there's a link provided below. So 500 members ended up voting, and here are those results. First up is the, well, Tumbleweed Stargazer. That seems to fit the mold of this year. That bike is truly amazing, and well, the people have spoken. Next up was the Kona Sutra ULTD, and I tested that bike this year, and I actually had quite a bit of fun on it. The ULTD is similar to the former Sutra LTD, but now has internal dropper routing and slight geo changes that give the bike an even more mountain bike feel. Still, it's a versatile bike that can do everything from carving up your local single track to tackling multi-day mixed terrain bikepacking expeditions and, well, much more. And last was the Y Cycles El Jefe. And this is a bikepacking specific pro model from Y Cycles that was built in collaboration with Anthony Branham, who of course is known for setting records on the Colorado Trail as well as the Arizona Trail. The bike is made for going fast, pedaling efficiently, and keeping pace, but it's a backcountry hardtail at heart, and it's a really good one at that. Of the many bikes that are going to hit the market in 2022, or so we hope, here are 6 of the most interesting bikes for some reason or another. The 29er Cro-Mag Surface Voyager, which was the Cro-Mag Surface, was completely redesigned, and wow, does it look fun. Not only does it come with some very aggressive geometry, but it also comes with some bikepacking centric features, including external cable routing, horizontal sliding dropouts, plenty of mounts in the frame, and on the top tube and rear rack mounts. And maybe one of the coolest things is, well, it comes in 5 sizes, and one of those sizes is a medium large. Similar to that Tumbleweed Stargazer Extra Medium, this is really awesome because for me, I feel like I always fall in between a medium and large. And when you make a medium large or an extra medium, well, it makes the decision making that much easier. The Drop Bar 700/650B Pelago Stavanger was redesigned in 2021, and it received a variety of updates this year that definitely make it a better bikepacking option. They dubbed the bike the off-the-hook, off-the-grid, do-it-all machine for the human being. And it certainly fits that bill with increased tire clearance, a variety of mounts, and massive frame space for whatever you want to put in there. Next up is the Ibis Exe, and this is pretty sweet. It's a carbon frame. It's built around 100mm rear end, 120mm fork, but Ibis did something a little different with this rig. Besides the fact that it's built in the United States, which is pretty cool, the DW Link equipped full suspension bike comes with size specific seat tube angles to help ensure a proper fit no matter what size rider you are. And despite that odd looking front triangle, which obviously will help with standover, each size fits 2 water bottles within the frame. So for folks like me that really just love long day rides, having 2 water bottles inside the frame and none on your back is a win. 29 plus is not dead. And perhaps the Stayer Grodinger OMG is just what we needed in our lives. I'm sure many of you saw my video of is 29 plus dead? I did that video because there's a variety of bike brands that said, goodbye 3-inch tires, goodbye 3-inch tire clearance. But the Grodinger OMG allows plus bike enthusiasts to rejoice. The new made-to-order steel hardtail is built around no suspension and 3-inch tires, be it 29x3, 27.5x3, or 26x3. And the customizable geometry is pretty rad, especially for an 8 to 12 week lead time. The Mason Raw, another steel hardtail, got extensive feedback from the Mason team and also Ultra Endurance athletes Josh Ibbett and Angus Young. Mason says the bike is modern and progressive, which to me means there's no tiptoeing down any chunky material, which obviously is a good thing. And we love that idea in a bikepacking bike, especially when it's loaded down. We can't wait to get on one. Just recently launched a few months ago, the Rocky Mountain Element got a complete redesign. And the minute I saw it, I was like, wow, look at all that frame space. But in reality, once I dug deeper, I looked at it, and the biggest change is 4 degrees of head tube angle. It became 4 degrees slacker, which for a cross-country bike is a lot. The Element, while still dubbed an XC bike, seems to be leaning a bit closer towards the trail category with these new geometry tweaks, which kind of excites me, not only for those day rides, but definitely for more sure-footed bike packing. And bikes built around, say, 120mm of rear travel and 130 or 140mm of front travel are truly the best capable bike out there. If you're looking for a bike that can travel long distances, handle the climbs just fine, and not take away any descending capabilities, that's it. So I'm truly hopeful that we can test out the Rocky Mountain Element for you because it looks fantastic. So that about does it. So I want to hear from you all. What bikes looked great in 2021? And what bikes are you keeping a close eye on for 2022? Leave a comment in the comment section below. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, pedal further.
The wind be with you.
Hello, my friends. Today is a
Hey everyone, and welcome back. And well, we love bikes, right?
In 3 days, would you believe me? I don't believe it. We certainly could not move this boat right now, but we've got 3 days to finish everything and get everything put away. It's gonna happen. You don't have a choice.
I'm Nikki, this is Jason, and this is Curiosity, the driving force behind our thirst for exploration and discovery, literally and philosophically. And well, we've been pushing our curiosity pretty hard over the past several years. So now we've got some serious TLC to do.
Feels pretty close. I think you do that and then mark off, right?
Are you ready, dear? Oh, we must be sure. There's no turning back once we're out the door. Leave your message here on the telephone, 'cause we've no idea when we're coming home. Any place we wander to, any season we go through, I'll be fine as long as I'm with you.
It's Splash Day! I am so excited. I just can't. I can't even talk about it. Anyway, Splash Day. We have officially been here for 8 weeks. No, I don't mean in New Zealand. That's been even longer. I'm talking 8 weeks just here on the hard. And it feels like it's been 8 weeks. It's funny because there are parts of me that think, what the hell have we done for the last 8 weeks? And then if I think about it realistically, we've accomplished a lot, I think all things considered, lockdowns and everything else. So really not so bad.
Yeah!
And we have one last task to do before they haul us out today, which...
Haul us out, splash us.
Haul us out. Yeah, before they splash us. Whatever, they're gonna haul us out of here and put us in the water.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Good save.
We have one last task to do, and that is swapping out the anchor.
Good luck, friend.
And I bet you did not think, well, I don't know about you, I did not think we were gonna manage to clean this place up, but it's looking a lot more like home. I'm impressed. But I think it looks pretty good. You take a look around and you tell me. But, I mean, be kind, because it's still not perfect yet.
Well, this is the important things. The coffee bar is clean, and the liquor cabinet.
It's fully stocked.
Exactly. And we got tomatoes. It's a good start. I have a few projects, which I will tell you about later. And the forward cabin now is, not too bad. You gonna show them that side?
You probably should look down there. You can look down there.
This one's not quite done. I'm gonna work on that later. We found a little leak.
Yep. Hey, are you ready?
Wow, that is shiny.
I know, right? It's gonna be the cleanest thing on the boat. So I don't know if you can hear me. We'll give it a go. This is the new Epsilon anchor from Lumar, and when we ordered like our port lights and our hatches, they said, "How old is your anchor? Do you need a new one?" We said, "Well, technically ours is over 5 years old now, and it is recommended to change a stainless steel anchor about every 5 to 6 years."
Yeah, the problem with stainless is you can't see when it starts to fail. There's no visual cues that it's failing, it just will randomly fail, and that's what we assume happened to our life raft locker bolts.
So we don't want that to happen to our anchor. Obviously, extremely important piece of gear. I would argue probably one of the most important pieces of gear because it can just be disastrous in a heartbeat if you don't have a really good anchor.
Yeah. So Lumar was like, let us send you this new anchor because we think it's badass. And I said, well, our Mantis is badass. I don't know if I want your anchor. And they said, well, just use it and see if you like it.
The thing is, right, like, every sailor you talk to, if they have a good anchor, which is pretty much any of the new ones, honestly.
Spades, the Rocknas, everybody that talks about them, they love them.
Right, because if you have it and you've never drunk and you've ridden out lots of crazy storms and everything else, then you think, I trust this thing literally with my life, you know? So it's a really important piece of equipment. So if what you have has worked, it's really nerve-wracking to go with anything else.